In this video, I'd like to show you how to speed reload your standard combat weapon system. In this case, we're talking about a Glock. This is a 31 and 357 SIG. Safety check. Weapon system is empty. There you can see through the mag well. The magazines we'll be working with today are both dry. Working indoors. When you train indoors, don't use bullets. Shoot yourself, shoot your house. It's not my fault. Preferably don't shoot your kids or your dog or your wife or any of that kind of stuff. Just run with a dry gun. It's so much easier. There's your safety briefing. What we're talking about today is a speed reload. Why would you want a speed reload? Gun's out of bullets and the fight's still on. That's a good reason to speed reload. To start this video, what I'd like to show you is a couple things. First is the slide stop lever. Everybody knows where the slide stop lever is on their specific weapon system. I don't like them. I try not to use them. I prefer the power stroke. Here's the reason why. What the power stroke is you're going to hold the weapon with your trigger hand and you're going to stroke or slide the slide of the weapon system with your reaction hand, like so. That's what we call the power stroke. Doesn't matter what weapon system you're talking about, that works the same. On all automatic weapon systems that I know of, with the magazine inserted, with a bullet in the chamber, or I'm sorry, bullet in the magazine, when you power stroke it, it'll lock forward. Now I have to actually, for the purpose of the video, index the slide stop lever because it's an empty magazine. It'll just continuously lock back, and if I try to power stroke it, nothing will happen. Now, everybody says, well, my weapon system, I can come up and hit that slide stop lever every time. That's great with your weapon system. Pick up a weapon system off the battlefield that you've never seen before. First thing you would do with that weapon system, if I pick this specific weapon system up off the ground and need to use it in a gunfight, I need to make sure it's going to work. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look in the magazine, make sure there's a couple bullets. Any bullets will work if you're in a gunfight. Yes, there is. So now I'm going to slide it up in there hard. I'm going to rack it once with the power stroke and get it. Make sure the weapon system is in service. Now I know I'm ready to fight with that gun. Come to slide lock on your weapon system. Sure, you can reach up and slap that thing 100 times. Here's the problem with that, and I don't have any dummy rounds to show you, but what I see a lot of people do, and I really see this in competition, is they'll get so used to pressing that slide stop down, they'll get the magazine about so, and they'll hit it, then they'll seat their magazine. And what they've done is drop a slide on an empty chamber. They think they're loaded, so they're going to press the trigger, bang, nothing's going to happen. So now they're going to have to power stroke it anyway. So if you're using the same hand to put the magazine in the weapon system and stroke it, you can't do it in reverse by accident. Which, when you're working in a high stress situation, you're going to be back down through gross motor skills. All your fine motor skills aren't going to work real well. Has to do with blood pressure and where the fight or flight syndrome, and where your body pumps blood to get you ready to either fight or flee. Whole nother video. So, for the purpose of this, we're going to talk about, alright, our magazine's dry, we're at slide lock. When you carry your second magazine, or third, or fourth, or however many you're carrying, it's important that you index them the same way every time. I prefer, and the way I grab my magazines, is bullets forward wherever I'm carrying them. So, when I acquire my magazine, the base of the magazine here will hit the step of my hand, I'll wrap the magazine, and the tip of my index finger will actually touch the tip of a bullet. That's the way I prefer to do it. A lot of instructors, you hear them say, you have to do it this way. This is the only way to do it. This is the best way to. It doesn't matter. You do it whatever way you're most comfortable with. What I'm concerned about is you do it the same way every time. No matter what your way is, that's the way you do it every time. Put one magazine, bullets forward, one's bullets backwards. That doesn't work. That's going to cause you to come out, grab it backwards. Oh no, it won't go in. Oh yeah, I got to turn it around. That takes time. Your average gunfight takes place 3 to 5 feet, 3 to 5 shots fired, and it's over to 3 to 5 seconds. You don't have time to be thinking about which way are my bullets. I know when I grab them, they're in the same place every time. So, once you come up and it's time to actually insert the magazine, what you're going to do is you're going to, first of all, you have to activate your magazine release. So with this specific weapon system, no Ninja 5 attachments, I can't reach the magazine release without indexing it first. How I index it is I'll take the tip of my trigger finger, move it up off the trigger, and just push a little bit, which will slide the weapon system so I can reach it. And drop your magazine. At the same time, you're acquiring a second magazine. You're going to turn the weapon system so you can see the inside of the mag well. You're going to 100 mile an hour till you get right there. Once you get right there, slow down, line it up, make sure you're going to get it, and feed it hard, one single motion. We don't spank our magazine, make sure it's in there, do any of the stupid little, I don't know, garbage you see in the movie. One motion, one competitive or continuous motion. You're going to turn the weapon system over, visually acquire the mag well. Another important factor here is, if you'll see, for the sake of the video it's working well, but this is your workspace. From the top of your belly button to your eyeballs is your workspace. This is where your problem is. If you're in a gunfight, the problem's out there somewhere. Hopefully it's not underneath you or up above you or whatever. I understand in competition there's all kinds of quicker ways to reload anything, and that's fine. This isn't competition, this is a gunfight. This is what you're fighting to keep yourself alive. So, we've come to slide lock. We've tilted the weapon system back, we've looked in our chamber, we've looked at our magazine, we know we're out of bullets. That's our problem. So, we're going to index the weapon, activate the magazine release. If it doesn't slide right out, and I don't have one that will, give it a tap. If you have to, smack the top of it. Get that bullet, or that empty magazine, out of that gun. At the same time, you're going to acquire your secondary magazine. You're going to rotate the weapon system over so you can see the back of the magazine well. Feed it in one continuous motion hard. Roll the weapon system over. You're going to grab it and power stroke it. Now, could I use the slide stop lever faster on this specific weapon system? Absolutely. I come up there, I'm ready to go. But what if this isn't the gun that you've been training with 100 years? What if this is one you just picked off some dead dirtbag's body? You need to make sure it's going to work. So, I can do that the same way every time. The power stroke is such an important factor, because when you get into malfunction drills, locking the slide to the rear and or cycling the weapon system is very important for any major malfunction. And I'm going to do another video on clearing malfunctions and the way I do them as opposed to the way various agencies, law enforcement agencies, or the military train. With that being said, get my drop magazine here so you can understand that this does work very fast. Boom. Slide lock. Now what do I do? It's that quick. You can do that over and over and over a million times. Bang. Slide lock. And I've got my magazine release twice, if you've caught that. I'm as guilty as anybody else as a creature of habit, and I do that so often. Glocks are the only pistols I really shoot, so I keep doing it to myself. But just to prove to you that it still works when we concentrate on this, still pretty quick. Sure, and I can run this particular weapon system faster with the slide lock lever, and I'm pretty good at it that way. But if you notice there, and I did that on purpose, that slide was coming forward before that magazine was in the gun. I guarantee you, if I had snap caps, and I wished I did, I would have not picked up a round in that particular reload. However, from that same reload, that way I know I did. It's not that much slower. Bad habits are a problem. Everybody can have them. I have mine, you'll have yours. The only way out of that is training. So what I'm going to do after I turn this video off is I'm going to go get my 9mm, which I actually have snap caps for, and I'm going to do about 200-300 drills without touching that slide stop lever, just to make sure I get it right, because through competition, which I've been shooting a lot of lately, I have got myself a bad habit going as I'm hitting that slide stop lever. With any problem you have, admitting to yourself that you have a problem and being willing to train around it is the key. So like I said, go from slide lock and do it again. Now I know I have a problem I need to fix, because I'm getting used to taking that slide lock and hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. It's kind of a competition issue, and competition issues are great, and when you're using a weapon system that you've been carrying for a long time, is it faster? Sure. I can do that a lot, and I can do it real quick. But if this was a weapon system that I've never used before, and I'm now trying to defend my life, and I reach up there and the slide stops up here like it is on a SIG, I have to index my arm to reach the slide lock on a SIG. This is an issue. So after I turn this video off, I'm going to train myself back out of that stupid slide stop lever. Notice it is a slide stop, not a slide release. Next video I intend on doing tonight is going to be speed reload on an M16. I'll probably do some more videos in the future, but for my first one, if you have any questions or comments, please put them down. I prefer we keep away from the stupid comments, and I can do this faster, and I'm sure you can, and that's great, and that's wonderful. If you can outshoot me, I don't care. Like I said, I just put this video together so my students understand how the mechanics of that speed reload work, so they can sit at home and practice it. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.